So I just made it up chapter 46 in Iron Flame. So we're gonna go ahead and put that there for a second. This whole mountain climb that they're doing right now, right between the riders and the flyers, is supposed to be a bonding experience, right? Because ultimately they're gonna have to work together to fight for the same cause, right? To take out the wyvern, to take out the venom, to basically make it to where they can all survive through whatever war is coming. Now, we've already seen in the past that riders and the infantry, right? They didn't really work too well together. They didn't get along. So now having to work with these flyers, yeah, things are just not going so well. And they come from completely different backgrounds. I mean, the riders have to cross a parapet. They have to go through all of these different challenges, the threshing, that very few of them survive. And the flyers, on the other hand, simply cliff dive, right? And if they land on a griffin, they're bonded. If they don't, they just swim to shore and choose a different job. Like, that's insane that there's such a huge difference between what they have to go through to bond with their the creatures, I guess, right? But I wonder if it's the dragons that chose it, right? I mean, obviously the dragons are way more powerful than the griffins. So I wonder if the dragons are responsible for setting up these challenges and making sure that the riders are more powerful than the flyers, right? Like, if you want to be a rider, you have to go through these insane challenges. But as they're making their way up, we run into a little issue, right? Violet is holding on to a rider and a flyer, and obviously she's going to do whatever she can to save both. But the flyer's griffin ends up saving Vizia, right? Who is a rider, not a flyer. And because she saved the rider, because she couldn't get to her flyer, her flyer ended up, falling off of the mountain. Yeah, didn't make it. And of course, now all of the flyers are, of course, blaming Violet that she chose her own over them. But I don't. Yeah, obviously that's not the case, right? It was the griffin that ultimately chose, which one to save first, and that ended up costing Luella and her griffin, Sibs, both of their lives. Now, I thought there was going to be some redemption, right, with Violet and, taking out the four wyverns, but no redemption at all for her. They still, they still don't want her. I think the only reason she's alive is because if something happens to her, then something happens with Xaden. And then, of course, they finally get, back to Aricia, and they start learning how to make runes out of their magic, right? Instead of the dragons channeling magic to them, they're channeling their magic into objects, very similar to the dagger that Xaden gave Violet last year.